Championship, Sabian said, I look forward to seeing that. Nigga, I look forward to seeing you and everybody in this segment walking out the door for the last time, never to be seen again. Zero rank.
I'm liking the women's division, especially New Japan, because now they're getting actual firepower. Plus, they're actually wrestling.
Best friends, still employed. Troy Beretta, still employed. Chuck Taylor, still employed. Danhausen, still fucking employed. Get him out of here.
This is ridiculous. Ridiculous is this. This is.
Where's the logic in this? Where is the logic? Somebody find it, and when you find it, give it to Tony Khan.
Let's open radio rope break. Hey guys, Kgabo here, and today we're back with another episode of Life's Opening Radio Rope Break, and today we're going to review AEW Revolution, and I have my good friend Ben Charles here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Yes, this is Ben. How you guys doing? I hope you all are okay. We're about to review Revolution. I already reviewed Dynamite this past week, which, by the way, before we do anything related to Revolution, I got to talk about this. QT Marshall on AEW Dynamite in the main event segment.
Oh, what?
It was Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Okay, here's the story. Wardlow lost his TNT championship, right? Before the show. It was then announced that Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs was going to have a match at Dynamite, right? So now, on Dynamite, right? This was before Revolution. This is after Revolution, by the way. So whatever we're talking about, it matters here. So they have this match. It's it's an anything goes match. And then the match was actually good, though. Yeah, I talked about it on the roundup, which has already been done yet. I've already talked about it, but here's the thing: QT Marshall came out on this fucking show in a QTV shirt. He attacked Wardlow with a chair, and I went to myself, "Are you fucking kidding me? Powerhouse Hobbs can't even win the TNT Championship clean on this fucking show." I was so mad. Get QT Marshall off my fucking TV. Thank you. That's all I got.
All right, then. With that said, by the way, I still have to edit and upload the roundup, but I should actually be talking about that in past tense, because it's Friday that we're recording this, and this will be out on Sunday, along with Certified Bangers, which you can check out. By the way, thank you, Ben, for hosting last week's episode.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was very busy last week, and yeah. Now let's get back to the meat of the matter, and that is AEW Revolution, which took place in the Chase Center in San Francisco, California, which is, of course, in the United States of America. And that took place on Sunday, the 5th of March. By the way, they need to bring back Saturday pay-per-views, because it's just so weird having it on Sundays. I know people have like football and stuff like that on Sundays, but still, it's Sunday night. People have work the next morning. And it's better for me because the pay-per-views on Saturday, at least Sunday, I can watch a match or two. Then that leaves me with less matches to watch during the week. That's the thing that WWE gets right. And then one more thing I have that's a problem with these pay-per-views. Even with New Japan, which we reviewed last week, Battle in the Valley, there are too many matches. And some of them go too long. I didn't finish the main event. I just wasn't bothered to finish it. And some because I know it's an Iron Man match, but it was like a whole hour Iron Man match, and
No, it wasn't. No, it was an hour and hour about 15 minutes. It's a
hour
75-minute match.
15 minutes. They went
Yeah, because it
overtime.
went sudden death. It went sudden death. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah, it went sudden death.
well,
MJF
then,
won too.
a 75-minute Iron Man match. I wasn't, and now that I know that, I thought it was gonna be another 45. No, I thought it was gonna be another half an hour because I watched half an hour of that match. Turns out it was now basically a whole last week's episode that match took, and I mean it wasn't bad, but I just wasn't asked to finish the rest of it. But yeah,
Finish the rest of it.
yeah, so that's why Ben is the assistant host, because if I don't have the notes, he does, and he can go over the rest of the matches. But luckily, I do have matches for all the 6 other matches. I know there were 8 matches, but yeah, there's one that we're not going to talk about. Yeah, and we will get to that, Ben, before you say don't say anything. We all know what that match is, but we won't say it just yet.
It involves a trio. No.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, trios, I actually did watch that match. It's the other match that we're not going to talk about.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, the first match on this pay-per-view is Absolute Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho. He started the match, people chanted Ricky. Ricky goes straight for Jericho. Jericho does some chops. Ricky Starks does a jumping shoulder tackle, does a dive. Well, that's one dive on this show. One dive. They fight on the outside. They get back in the ring. Jericho does some kicks, some chops in the corner. Hammer throws Ricky. Ricky throws some punches. And then Jericho did something like a back elbow tackle. It wasn't the Judas effect, but it was like a back elbow tackle. He misses a lion salt, but gives Ricky Starks a gourd buster on the ropes. By the way, the gourd buster, I struggled to know what that was. It was way back on Wrestling and Logic, for the rope break viewers that don't know. I think it was with Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin at Winter's Coming 2020, where Cody Rhodes did the gourd buster, but I didn't know what the move was. So then
I don't think. Hold on, I don't think Cody and Darby faced off on that show.
Or might have been Full Gear or something else.
Yeah, it was Full Gear. It was Full Gear.
Oh yeah.
I remember they had a title match for that show. It was a good match too. So I mean, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, but he did was that Full Gear? It might have been another, but I know Cody Rhodes was the one who did it. Might not have been to Darby Allin, but yeah. So I basically illustrated Josh with a pillow. You can't see it because of green screen. But I asked him to. I illustrated the move with that pillow. I did a gourd buster on that pillow, and then Josh explained to me, "Oh, that's a gourd buster," and yeah, that's how I know the move now. I also asked him, because I didn't know one of John Moxley's moves. He does the X-Plex. It's basically a suplex, but then when he lifts him up in the suplex, he literally drops him on the back of his neck. And I think Pete Dunne did it too. a couple times. So that was an
He did.
exploit. Yeah.
He did actually. And Josh, by the way, I gotta talk about Josh. Josh watched the first 10 minutes of this match, and he turned the show off.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up, anybody. He watched the first 10 minutes of this pay-per-view, and he immediately turned it off. That's how much he hates this company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll have him come on here and speak about why he hates AEW. Maybe we could have him do it extra, cause I wouldn't want to sit through that myself. I listened to it, but I wouldn't want to sit and record it, cause last time when he went on his whole soliloquy about Jey Uso and all the rest, and Sami Zayn, that whole situation, I was literally yawning. I was so tired. But yeah, I'd be happy if he could maybe give you guys an explanation why he hates AEW and refuses to watch it. So maybe that's a future episode in mind. But anyway, Chris Jericho does a gourd buster on the ropes to Ricky Starks, which knocks Ricky's. No, that gourd buster didn't knock him. Gourd buster made him stand on the apron. Then Jericho knocked him down, and then the fans booed. Jericho taunted. I guess they got back in the ring. Jericho threw some punches in the corner. Ricky Starks did some chops. Jericho does something looks like a double hook Ushi-Goroshi. And by the way, that's what I think Okada did last week in Battle of the Valley, or actually 3 weeks ago. What he did on Battle of the Valley, he did a Ushi-Goroshi on Tanahashi, but now I'm confused. I'm thinking it's Tanahashi who did that. But anyway, Jericho mock slaps Ricky Starks. Ricky throws some punches. Jericho does a hammer throw, and he does a nice. He jumped on the. He was in the ring. Then he jumped on the rope. Then he kicked Ricky Stark, who was on the apron left of Jericho, which was nice. And then by the way, Ricky Starks was selling his ribs, because I think sometime before the JAS or Jericho himself beat up Ricky Starks, and now he had that bad yeah.
Fucking Jake Hager put him through a fucking table.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Jake Hager, get off my fucking TV. You're a nominee already, and you're not even on the show.
Yeah, with that
Jesus
purple hat of his. Jericho does a baseball slide drop kick to Ricky Starks' bad ribs. They got back in the ring. The people chanted alternating, "Let's go Ricky, Y2J," chants. Jericho did a abdominal stretch and was talking shit. Ricky Starks escapes. He did a weird clothesline. Did a DDT for a 2 count. They had a fight at the turnbuckle. Ricky Starks tried to do a frog splash, but then Jericho did a midair knee to his ribs. Jericho did a Death Valley driver for a 2 count. Did a chop. Did another hammer throw. Tried to hit the code breaker, but then Ricky Starks countered with a powerbomb. And he got a near fall. He tried to hit Rochambeau, but Jericho escaped. And then Chris Jericho hit the code breaker for a 2 count. They replayed that spot, then after that, they had a kneeling 1-2 exchange. They ducked and dodged, and then Ricky Starks did a spear for a 2 count. They had another Y2. The fans again chanted, alternating, "Let's go Ricky, Y2J." Ricky Starks did a drop kick. Jericho put in the walls of Jericho. Then Ricky reversed and did a single leg crab. Then Sammy Guevara came in. By the way, JS was supposed to be banned from ringside, but then Action Andretti came in and intercepted and beat him up. Then Jericho hit Ricky in the ribs with Floyd. I don't know if he still calls his bat that. You know, I knew from a couple years ago he used to call his bat Floyd. I don't know if he still does. But then Jericho tries to hit the Judas effect. But then Ricky Starks blocked it, and he did Rochambeau for the win. And I said at the end, nice opening match. The right guy won, and this was a decent length. I gave Rast an 8 and Logic an 8. What did you think about this match, Ben?
I gave a rating for this match. Let me get my notes here. I gave this a 7.5, and Logic probably a 5. Because first of all, why did Sammy Guevara come out? Number 2, Aubrey Edwards were counting relatively hesitantly on this first match. She was counting very slow, counting 1, 2, and then he kicks out. It's one thing, like, I know why the referees count slow, but once again, on this show, no, you should be counting normal, count 1 and then 2 and then, yeah. But other than that, this was a good match though. I can't complain, but other than that, I mean, I gotta give a thumbs down on that Sammy Guevara spot, because that was stupid, because remember, they're banned from ringside. So shouldn't there be security referees holding back the Jericho Appreciation Society?
Yeah. No, I don't know how he got out there. They should have been referees at the entrance. That he didn't come out. Or he probably fought them off. But, Jake Hager would be more inclined to fight them off. I don't think Sammy Guevara, a guy like at his size, would do. Unless the security guards are wimps, Gilbert ass security guards. But anyway, let's go to the next match, which was the final burial match between Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Christian Cage. I don't know why this had to be a burial match. They didn't even bury each other. They put each other in the coffin and then slammed the lid. That's it. Not even a
casket match.
Yeah, I'm just giving explanation.
I'll try to give an explanation here. It was a casket match. I don't think they had time to, like, they wanted to use the dirt as like, hey, you got to sell the dirt all of a sudden. They didn't bury the dirt with the casket. They just
if they
just put the other guy in the casket.
Would,
I mean, I don't know why it was just a casket match. I would have been fine if this was a no holds barred match.
Yeah, I guess
would have been fine if this was no holds barred or last man standing.
Yeah, last man standing would have been a bit better. Oh, yeah, well, never mind. This match starts. They go straight for each other. Jungle Boy does a takedown, throws some punches. Fight on the outside. Christian Cage runs into the crowd. He runs up the stairs. They fight up the stands. Jungle Boy poured beer on Christian Cage. They fought back towards the ring. Then they fought up the ramp. Got back in the ring. Then Jungle Boy bit Christian Cage in the corner. Punched him in the corner. Christian Cage threw some punches. Stretched the arms. He talked shit. People trying to fuck you, Christian. Then Jungle Boy did a dive. More fighting on the ringside. Jungle Boy slammed Christian Cage again against the steel steps. That looked like again at steel steps to me. And then people trying to fuck him up, Jungle Boy, fuck him up, Jungle Boy, fuck him up. And then Jungle Boy tries to jump on Christian Cage's arm. He had the arm like this on the steel step. Hey, he tried to stomp on it, but then Christian Cage literally countered it and made him fall on the back of his head, and which was brutal. Then literally Christian Cage acted like Jungle Boy's mom and whipped him with a belt in front of his family, of course, his mom and his sister. They fought up the ramp. Then Christian Cage choked Jungle Boy with the belt. They are at the coffin now. And then Christian Cage opens the coffin with steel chairs inside. They try to put each other inside the coffin. Jungle Boy did a dive off the stage. They replayed that spot. Christian Cage did a low blow. And he smashed Jungle Boy against the coffin. He dropped him in the coffin. But then Jungle Boy was like this. You're not gonna close the lid on me and that type of shit. They fought out the coffin.
Spot, by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of weird,
Stupid
but
spot.
whatever. Jungle Boy fights his way out of the coffin. Then Christian Cage threw dirt into his eyes. But he tried to do a concerto, but then he missed. Then Jungle Boy whacked Christian Cage with a shovel. And then Christian Cage choked him with the shovel. Then Jungle Boy reversed. Christian Cage missed a shovel shot. Then Jungle Boy did the snare trap with the shovel between Christian Cage's teeth. He did a concerto, dumped Christian Cage in the coffin. Then he closed the lid for the win. I gave Rasson a 7.5 and Logic a 7. Man, I didn't really care for this feud. They've been feuding since what, July? That's when that's the first time I saw them feuding. By the way, I didn't care.
Nah, they've been feuding way before July. They were feuding in May. Because if you remember, Christian Cage attacked Jungle Boy, and then he recruited Luchasaurus with him. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
First of all, I necessarily do not. I don't know why was this a casket match, but it was what it was. I gave this match a 7. I gave this match a 7, and Logic probably give it a 7. By the way, your referee for this match was Stephon Smith, who, by the way, refereed 3 matches on this show.
Ben's favorite.
Get Stephon Smith out of here, please. See this man. Man, my God. I can't say nothing, but God, get him out of here.
Damn. Anyway, let us go to the next match, which was for the AEW World Trios Championship. The Elite, consisting of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, who are the champions, versus the House of Black, consisting of Malakai Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. They were with Julia Hart, I believe, and the Elite was with Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa. Oh, boy. Man, I'm glad I don't watch AEW, because those two would be straight up get off my TV material. They probably are, even for me.
They are anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They are.
Yeah.
Kgabo's favorite team, the Elite. We're on this show.
Well,
Let's
I
get
don't watch AEW, so I wouldn't really say get on. When I hear from the roundup, I don't hear them that they're on AEW too much. Um, they're not really on TV that much, from what I hear on the roundup. Um, but yeah. Anyway, it's Kenny Omega and Buddy Matthews who start up. They lock up. They do sort of technical wrestling. Then Malakai Black made a tag. They locked up. Kenny blocked a leg kick. By the way, this is not going to be complete notes because some of this action was way too fast for me to take notes. Um, Kenny blocked a leg kick. He did an arm drag there. I said it's too fast to take notes. And then Matt Jackson tagged in. Then Brody King tagged in. Um, Matt tried to chicken out. Then Matt Jackson and Brody King played cat and mouse. Nick Jackson made a tag. Then both the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick, did a double drop kick. Then Brody King clears the ring, and then they had a 3-6, which is basically a 1-2 times 3 because this is a trios match. Each of them had a 1-2, and that makes 3-6. So you can do the math there. Then again, there I said too fast to take notes. Brody King did a chop. Kenny did a Hurricane Runner. He did a dive. 2 dives on this show. Nick Jackson did a 450 splash on Brody King for a 1 count. Brody King destroyed the Elite. There was a big fight on the outside. Brody King did a crossbody on Kenny who was sitting on a chair. He beats up Nick Jackson in the ring. Buddy Matthews made the tag. Nick Jackson hit an enziguri. Brody King tagged back in. Then Nick was trying to tag out because the Elite got demolished and beaten up and sent to the outside. He does a spinning kick, and then Kenny makes a warm tag. I'll rate like hot tags from cold to hot. This was like a warm tag. Like it wasn't necessarily a hot tag, but we don't see much hot tags, like proper hot tags. We see like cold tags or like warm tags, lukewarm tags like this. What Kenny did.
There was a lot of that in this match. There was a lot of warm tags, but there wasn't like a hot tag. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, just as long as it leads to something bigger, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to be fair, this match was way too fast for me to review. Rick Knox was the goddamn referee.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. So.
Well, by default, he referees Elite matches because they're his favorite referee. He is their favorite referee.
Dude is the biggest Elite mark I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. And then Kenny did like a rolling forearm fireman's carry slam. He had him like in the fireman's carry, then he did like a forward roll and dropped him like that. I don't know, that might have a name, but I'm not completely sure.
Finley used to do that back in the day too.
Yeah.
Finley, Sheamus did it back. Sheamus did it when he was what, U.S. champion. He did that fireman's carry with the roll.
Yeah.
They used to do that. So there you go. Call it a roll. Just call it a rolling fireman's carry. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'll just call it that for now, till somebody corrects me on that. Buddy Matthews did a drop kick. I don't know on who. When did Buddy? Oh, they. Probably drop kick Kenny. Matt and Nick super kicked Buddy Matthews and Malakai Black, respectively, and simultaneously, I might add. Brody King missed a cannonball. Kenny did a V-trigger to the back of Brody King's head for a 2 count. Brody King did a big lariat. They laid down selling. Then Buddy Matthews made a tag. I thought he was already. It was Brody King who was previously tagged in. Well, that's a problem with these tag team matches. I don't know who tags in, who tags out. I don't take notes properly of that. So that's probably my fault. Anyway, Buddy Matthews makes a tag, and then he tags Malakai Black. They try to triple team Kenny, but Nick Jackson comes to the rescue. Black kicks Nick. He did a leaping knee strike on Kenny, which was nice. Did a figure 4 through the knee. Then Matt Jackson broke the submission with an elbow. Matt Jackson did a slice bread on Buddy Matthews, which was nice. And then I said did too much happening. And then Black and Kenny was slugging it out. They laid down selling, and then Julia Hart made the distraction. Kenny was trying to hit the ropes, but then Julia Hart stood there. I thought she would spit like black mist or something like that. That's what I'd expected to do. And Brody King did a rear naked choke on Nick Jackson. Matt Jackson did 2 super kicks, and then Kenny did 2 snapdragon suplexes. Julia Hart distracted Kenny. That's when he tried to hit the ropes, but then, yeah. And I think the first time Julia Hart distracted Nick Jackson, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, he did. She did. And then Kenny accidentally V-triggered Julia Hart. Brody King or whoever it was dodged the V-trigger, and then he hit. I almost said Jamie Hayter because it's the same initials as Jamie Hayter. We'll get to her. Kenny accidentally V-triggered Julia Hart. Then Black hit Black Mass for a near fall. Called it a back heel kick, which is such a boring. I'm calling it Black Mass. I don't know about you, Ben. Then Nick Jackson breaks a pin. House of Black hit Dante's Inferno for a near fall. But then Matt Jackson broke it up. Kenny was singled out. The Bucks did a super kick party. Matt Jackson made a tag. They hit the BTE trigger. But then Buddy, they all shouted BT trigger, and I was now thinking back to Wrestle Kingdom when Kenny said backbreaker, boom, and then that made me think now, oh, that's probably the thing they do usually, the Elite. And then Nick hit a Gamengiri on Buddy Matthews. Young Bucks tried to hit the Melcher driver, but then Buddy Matthews countered. Black finally hit Black Mass. Then they all hit Dante's Inferno for the win. This was a decent match, but too much happened too quickly. It was all over the place. I couldn't digest it. I couldn't take notes. It was just non-stop action, which I guess if people like that stuff, that's what they like, and that's fine. I gave wrestling a 6.5 and Logic a 5. What did you think about this match, Ben?
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk. House Blood, the tree. I've the House those belts, and they won the belts on the show. So
repeat what you said. It kind of lagged out.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, So the House of Black winning the trios belts, it was a good thing. I'm glad they won. I'm happy for the House of Black. I don't know why there was no build for this match. I mean, to be fair, the House of Black, they were gonna face the Elite before the All Out bullshit happened. So I mean, I see why they want it here, but at the same time, House of Black, with the way they're putting they have the Elite and the House of Black. I feel like they're gonna do something interesting, but I don't know if the House of Black gonna hold them that long. I hope they do. I hope they have a long title reign with those trios championships. I gave this match a 6. Logic, I also gave it a 5. I actually wrote it down in my notes. I gave it a 5. This match was a little too fast for me though, because like there was a lot of tags. I mean, there was a lot of tags in this match. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, no, you got to make the right tags. You can't just go in and out. Like Top Flight or fucking JAS do. In their matches, you can't go that quickly. You got to make the right tags, and that's that. But House of Black won the match, and the right guys won, in my honest opinion. I thought this was a good match.
All right, then. That's good. And now, the next match. For the AEW Women's Championship match, this is an AEW Women's Championship match between the champion Jamie Hayter versus Saraya versus Ruby Soho. They sought the match. Jamie Hayter went straight for Saraya. She did a clothesline on Ruby Soho. Saraya and Jamie Hayter fought on the outside. Ruby did a drop kick. They fought in the crowd. They got back in the ring. Saraya beat up Jamie Hayter. She did knee strikes on the apron. There was a struggle at the apron, and then Jamie Hayter hit a uranagi on the apron. Ruby Soho did a crossbody on Jamie Hayter. Did a Russian leg sweep for a 2 count. Ruby hit put in a headlock. Saraya tried to break it up, but then anyway, Jamie Hayter escaped. She did a double suplex on Saraya and Ruby Soho. I almost said Riot. She did a lariat on both of them for a 2 count each. And then after that, Saraya did this move, which kind of looked like a twisting neck breaker, but it wasn't like a twisting neck breaker. I can't even remember from which. She went the side of Jamie Hayter, and then slammed her, went down the side of her, and I have no idea what the move is called. Like,
Was it a Russian leg sweep?
no, it wasn't a Russian leg sweep. That was something else.
I mean, I thought it was a neck breaker myself, but I was like, you know what? At least it was a move. At least she did it.
It was a nice move. I wish I knew the name though. Then Ruby Soho did a Saito suplex on Saraya. Jamie Hayter did a hate break on Ruby. Then they had a 1-2-3 exchange. Because there's 3 women and they're punching each other and shit. Jamie Hayter and Ruby both hit Saraya. She told them, "Stop!" Which I kind of thought was weird, but whatever. Then they beat her up some more. Ruby Soho hit a Hurricane Run on Jamie Hayter for a 2 count. Jamie Hayter and Ruby struggle at the turnbuckle. Saraya joined in, and then we had, here we go. Another Tower of Doom, superplex, powerbomb, combo, all that shit. Saraya got a 2 count. Then Saraya had some kind of submission on Ruby. Then I wrote there, "Help me, Excalibur. What is this woman doing? Please tell me. You're supposed to be the wizard of wrestling, and you know what moves people are doing and what matches they've been in before and where and when. With PWG and all that shit. Wait, help me, please."
Did he call him? Wait, when did he say he was the Wizard of Wrestling?
No, I'm just saying that. I don't know if he calls himself that. I'm just saying.
Hope
Um,
not. I hope not.
oh yeah, doesn't Chris Jericho
Oh
call
man.
himself that or something?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Um,
at least it's entertaining. I mean, at least it's something.
yeah. Anyway, Jamie Hayter did a lariat to break it. Toni Storm distract the ref. Jamie Hayter knocked her down. Saraya did a pump handle brain buster on Jamie Hayter for a 2 count, which was nice. Man, Saraya did very little, but the little that she did was pretty crazy. She's so
Yeah.
innovative.
By the way, who
With
was the
the,
referee for this?
I don't know actually.
I don't mean to cut you off.
I don't know who's a referee. I clearly didn't
Oh,
say.
I mean, I know. Look, this was a three-way match, but it was like, I mean, why do you have to distract the ref? It's no DQ, no countouts. Why you have to distract the ref? Britt Baker, why she have to distract the ref? That was
Yeah, Britt
stupid.
Baker also did that. Then
It's dumb. Paul Turner, I believe, was the referee.
I think he might have been. I think he
Oh,
was.
fuck. Get me
And,
started.
and then as you said there, Ben, I wrote there. Britt Baker argued with the referee. Then Ruby Ride hit. Oh, sorry, Ruby Soho did Destination Unknown on Saraya. Jamie Hayter broke the pin. Then Jamie Hayter and Ruby had a 1-2 exchange. Jamie Hayter went for the Haterade on Ruby. She missed and hit Saraya. Soho did a roll up on Jamie Hayter for a 2 count. They made back-to-back pin attempts. Jamie Hayter rolled up Ruby for the 3 count and the win. Then Toni Storm went and beat up Jamie Hayter. They had a big fight, and then Ruby Riott. They cleared the ring, and then it was Ruby Riott and Ruby Soho and Jamie Hayter standing in the ring. They raise each other's hand, and then Ruby Soho hits no feature on Jamie Hayter. She does Destination Unknown on Britt. She sprays an L on Britt and Jamie Hayter. Wow, that's a one-way ticket to skin cancer land. And she's joined Team WWE, which AEW calls the Outsiders, and Team AEW is the homegrown women, I should say. I gave
Yeah.
Wrestling an 8 and Logic a 6. What did you think about this match, Ben?
I thought this was a good match. Was this the second best match of the night? No, but I will say they had a very good match. I gave this match 7.5 and Logic a 7. First of all, I got something to talk about here. Ruby Soho turning heel. I'm not too sure about that because she hasn't. Okay, number one, the spray painting shit that gotta go expeditiously. Get that shit off TV. I don't know who advocates for that garbage. Get it out of here. It sucks. Number two, I'm not too sure about Ruby Soho turning heel yet. I've watched it 5 times in a row. I was trying to figure out why did she turn heel. I mean, to be fair, Ruby Soho has always hated Jamie Hayter, if I'm not mistaken. So I understand why. Why did she attack Britt? That was my question, because Britt's a heel, right? So I was a little bit confused.
And Jamie Hayter, I felt and Britt Baker, I felt they were like baby faces. I didn't know if they were heels or baby faces. They seemed like baby faces to me.
They were getting cheered.
Yeah, they were getting.
Jamie Hayter had a huge ovation when she came out.
Yeah, they were cheering her. But yeah, I guess that's
I'm a bit lost on that. I'm a bit lost on that Ruby Soho. People are calling it. Oh, she turned heel. How did she turn heel? We don't know who the fuck the heel baby faces are. How the fuck she turned heel? This is like fucking Jey Uso with Sami Zayn, which we'll talk about in the future. But Jesus Christ, we don't know who the fucking babyface is. This fucking heel turn, people are calling this. Oh my God, Ruby Soho has turned heel on Jamie Hayter. Hayter's a heel. What the hell are y'all talking about? I'm not fucking dumb. Am I going insane here? What is going on?
That
Christ.
I can't answer that because I don't know what's myself going on here. And then next match,
This was great.
the Texas Deathmatch. Although we're not in Texas, very far away from Texas. John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. And then I noticed Hangman Page's entrance music was Ghost Rider in the Sky. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And then he jumped Moxley before the bell. They started the match officially. They fought in the crowd. People trying to cowboy shit. They fought at the outside. Fought at ringside. Got back in the ring. They exchanged chops. 1-2 exchange. Moxley did a forearm. Hangman lay selling. Moxley grabbed the barbed wire. Hangman resisted. And then he raked it on Moxley's head. It stomps on the corner. And then he wrapped the barbed wire on around his foot. Moxley did some ground punches. He wrapped his hand with the barbed wire. He punched Hangman with it. Took a fork. Put Hangman in the triangle. Stabbed him with a fork. Running knee strike. Stabbed him again with the fork. Took chairs. Took chair wrapped in barbed wire, put it between ropes and turnbuckle. He slammed Hangman into it, and then they replayed that spot. People trying to AE-dub. Moxley put in a single leg crab on the barbed wire chair. He stomped on Hangman's face. He smashed him with the barbed wire chair. He took out more chairs. People trying to we want tables. Well, they did get tables. He wrapped barbed wire around the chairs, and then he punched Moxley threw some punches in the corner. He bit Hangman. Hangman did a powerbomb on the chairs, which is nice. They replayed that spot. They were laying selling. Hangman did a kick to the back of Moxley's head. Wrapped himself in barbed wire. He hit a Orihara moonsault on the outside. Moxley got back in the ring. Hangman took a table with barbed wire glued on the top. They got back in the ring. Then Moxley did a cutter. People trying to we won tables. Then Moxley took out bricks and a chain. So all of a sudden this is now a dog collar match. He crushed Hangman's hand with the bricks. He put his hand in like a brick sandwich. And then jumped on the bricks. That was nasty. My gosh. Did a package power driver on the chain. They replayed that spot. Moxley did a kick. He hog-tied Hangman. Put in the crossface. Sorry. My nose was tingling. I felt like I was finna sneeze. Where was I now? Hangman bit Mox's thumb. He flipped him off. Slapped him. Moxley took 2 chairs. He made a barbed wire bridge. He stood on Hangman's bad hand, which he stomped on with the bricks. And then Hangman did a back suplex and then a lariat, which was nice. They laid down selling. People shouted, "This is awesome." Then Hangman wrapped his forearm with a barbed wire. He did 2 rolling forearms. Moxley did a big boot, 2 of them. Hangman did a full-way slam on the barbed wire chair. Did a dead eye on the barbed wire chair. Then they laid down some people trying to holy shit. Moxley left the ring. Hangman did a crossbody on the barbed wire board at ramp. I said wrap 'em there. I didn't bother to correct it. They replayed that spot. There was a struggle at the turnbuckle. And then Moxley literally raked, like scratched Hangman's back. That was, ugh. Then Hangman did it back to him. And then Moxley raked Hangman's back with the barbed wire. He sent Hangman onto the barbed wire board at ringside. They replayed that spot. And Hangman almost got counted out. I'll speak about that in just a second. Moxley hit a King Kong lariat. He kicked Hangman. They had a 1-2 exchange. Hangman did a nice lariat. Moxley countered the buckshot lariat. He hit the Death Rider, which he formerly known as Paradigm Shift. Did a curb stomp on the brick. Rear naked choke. They grabbed both ends of the chain. Hangman did a lariat with the chain. It put in a rear naked choke. Moxley escaped with a low blow. Hangman smashed him with the brick. Buckshot lariat, clothesline over the top rope. Choked Moxley out with the chain around the neck and over the rope. And I said there Moxley basically won by DQ because referee Paul Turner, who refereed this match, hesitated on the 10 count. He was like 9, and then he waited like 5 seconds. Then Hangman got back in the ring. So I thought Moxley won by count out. And then Josh clarified that the count out is not part of the DQ. I gave Wrestling an 8, and for that part, I gave Logic a 4. What did you think about this match, Ben?
Okay, I gotta talk about. Okay, this was a great match. This was the second best match of the entire show.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion. Now, the way that they did everything was cool. Like they actually beat the hell out of each other, and I thought legitimately Jon Moxley was hurt and everything. It's one thing to have a Texas death match. It's another thing to hurt your opponent. And they did pretty good in this match. I thought this was cool, and this was a good match. I don't have any complaints about this match whatsoever, except Paul Turner probably, and that's about it. But other than that, Wrestling 8, Logic, give it a 6. It's the best I can give.
Then, the next match on this show for the TNT Championship. The Ring of Honor World TV Champion Samoa Joe, who's the TNT Champion as well, versus Wardlow, who had his hair cut. If you listen to the roundup or you actually watch Dynamite or Rampage or whatever they talked about that on, they started the match. Wardlow went straight at Joe. They fought on the outside, got back in the ring. Samoa Joe hanged Wardlow's neck across the rope. And then he did a dive, and that's 3 dives on this show. They replayed that spot. More fighting on the outside. Got back in the ring. Joe did some punches in the corner. Wardlow did some kind of moonsault. I wasn't completely sure. Did shoulder rams in the corner. People trying to Wardlow. Hammer throw, grounded punches. A suplex. So what was that? Wardlow did a suplex. Did elbow strikes, standing elbow, sliding elbow drop. Did a chop. Running clothesline in the corner. He sorry, I'm yawning. I'm usually in bed by now, 'cause it's 9 p.m. where I'm at. 9:30 where I'm at. And yeah, I'm just kind of falling asleep now. So that's a sign that we should wrap this thing up ASAP. But anyway, we will continue. Wardlow does a running clothesline in the corner, choke Joe on the ropes. Joe does a kick to the inside of the knee, and then bro did Kazuya Mishima's front leg sweep. And I was like, hey, yo! He did a move from Tekken, and I was like, oh, that was so cool. And yeah, Joe threw some punches. And then he did a Uranagi, which was a counter to Wardlow's running clothesline in the corner. Does some kicks. Wardlow has a bad leg now, and he's selling that. Then they have a 1-2 exchange. Joe puts in the leg lace. Got a rope break. Threw more jabs. Wardlow did a spine buster. He did an F10. He almost missed a senton atomico for a 2 count. His body missed, but his head just barely touched Samoa Joe. They replayed that spot. Joe put in the coquina clutch. Wardlow got a rope break. Joe did a Death Valley driver for a 2 count. They struggled at the turnbuckle. And Wardlow did a powerbomb. And then Joe did a haymaker lariat. People chanting, Joe. Joe tried to hit powerbomb symphony. Wardlow did a headbutt, and then he put in the coquina clutch to win the TNT title, which he held for 3 days, and then Will Hobbs beat him on Dynamite. I gave Wrestling a 6.5 and Logic a 6. What did you think about this?
Also gave this the same rating you gave it. I gave it the same rating you gave it, 6.5 and 6. I don't understand why Samoa Joe had to lose in his own finishing move. I understand why Danielson tapped out in the main event, but I mean, Samoa Joe should have lost in this move.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. That was weird. Especially since it doesn't look like they're feuding again. Why would he take his finisher? And Joe would obviously be like, what the fuck? This nigga just beat me with my own move. So now I want to get a shot back at him. So whatever. It was what it was. But something that was what it was, and it sucked is what it was. For the AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Gunns, Austin and Colten Gunn, the champions, versus the Acclaimed, consisting of Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Oh, by the way, let me say this. Let me do this now. The Gunns, who are the champions, consisting of Austin Gunn, still employed, Colten Gunn, still employed, versus the Acclaimed, consisting of Max Caster, still employed, and Anthony Bowens, still employed, versus Jeff Jarrett, still employed, and Jay Lethal, still employed, versus the AEW All-Atlantic champion Orange Cassidy, who's still champion and who's still employed, versus Danhausen, still employed. I said, nope. 0 rating automatically. After that, FTR came out and they beat up the Guns, and I said, good. They need to be squashed in 30 seconds at Double or Nothing, whenever the next tag team title match between FTR and the Guns are. And yeah, Ben, I'm sure you have some strong feelings about this match.
Yeah. No rating. Moving on.
All right then. Oh, a lot less what I thought you'd say. All right then. Now the main event. In a 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Championship, MJF, the champion, versus Bryan Danielson, the challenger. Ben, would you mind giving us the notes for this as I take a little power nap?
Okay, I'll talk about. I'm not going to go for this match move for move because I advocate for all of you to watch it. I'm just going to go over the falls here. I have it right here. Okay, so here are the first falls. Bryan Danielson got a pinfall after 25 minutes with the Wasaku knee. And then MJF was DQ'd after he hit a low blow. So it was 2-0 Bryan Danielson. And then MJF pinned him twice within a matter of 3 seconds because of a roll-up. Actually, MJF hit him with something, and then he pinned him twice. And then MJF hit the Heat Seeker power driver, which was 3-2. Bryan Danielson was 3-3. And there was 5 minutes left. This went 65 minutes, not 75 minutes. I apologize. I said earlier it was 75. It was 65. And LaBelle lock, MJF makes Danielson tapped out in his own move. Rating for this match, 9. Logic, 9. Which was the best match on this entire show. At leaps and bounds.
Damn. Hey, that's nice. Yeah. What I did watch was fine. I'm not gonna give a rating because I didn't hear. I didn't watch the match fully, so yeah. It wouldn't do any justice for me to give a half-ass rating for only half of a match that I watched. But yeah, this was a decent pay-per-view. Overall, wrestling gets a 7. Logic a 6. I just hope Double Nothing is a bit better than this. I hope they book this better than Revolution has been booked. And Ben, what are your thoughts of this show overall?
I gave wrestling for this pay-per-view 8, and Logic I gave it a 7.
All right.
Yeah, this was a very good pay-per-view. I thought this was okay. I had a couple of problems with the referees being involved in some spots. Obviously, I don't hate I don't hate referees. People think I hate the referees. No, I don't. It's just some of the referees refuse to do their goddamn job. That's what I'm mostly angry about. It's not like I hate. For instance, like people think I hate Chad Gable now. I don't hate Chad Gable. Like in the ring, I don't hate Chad Gable, but like his character is a little bit questionable because it's not going anywhere. That's why you may see me rag on Chad Gable a little bit, but I don't hate Chad Gable in the ring. He's a very good wrestler, but again, as I said, his character is on and off for me. Depends on how you like do the character. But other than that, I don't hate these people. I hate the way they're being booked. For instance, Wardlow. Wardlow losing the TNT title literally 24 hours after he had the belt stolen, and then they had a match, and it almost like a makeup match for Wardlow. I don't understand, but at the same time, it was what it was. It happened, and I can't say nothing about it. But other than that, this was a very good pay-per-view. Check out the main event. Check out Texas Deathmatch. Check out the opening match if you guys want a palate cleanser, whatever. And check out the trios match. on this show. Other than that, a very good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Maybe AEW's best pay-per-view since, honestly, All Out. If you guys remember, before the All Out bullshit, All Out was one of the best pay-per-views, like, all last year. So, yeah.
Oh.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but thank you guys for listening to this episode. And please bear with me. I apologize for my sleepiness on this episode.
All right.
Yeah,
It's all right. As long as we reviewed the show, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, Kgabo.
I slept early last night. I slept about 10 p.m. 9:30. So yeah, I always try to sleep early these past few days, cause I ain't trying to sleep at like 11 or 12, because then I have to be up at 6:30 in the morning. To get ready and shit. For school and stuff. So yeah. I hope you guys.
Well, in the meantime, we're gonna run down the schedule. I don't know if Kgabo is still okay. Kgabo, let me ask you before we go. You thought about the Clash of the Champions deal that I did back in January?
What Clash of the Champions?
One where I said I wanted to review Clash of the Champions, like have a watch along or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think I turned that down.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. But, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. It's okay. But anyway, that's not important. What is important is the roundups. Our next review is going to be WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, Josh will join us for that.
WrestleMania, and then, yep. Look out for WrestleMania. That's going to be a big show. Josh will definitely be on that show, without question. I don't see a reason why he should not be on the show.
And about WrestleMania, we will split it into two parts. Not one. We will review one Friday, and release it on the one Sunday. Then the following week, we'll review night 2 and release it on that Sunday. It just makes it better for all of us, because it's gonna be a big ass show, and we can't review both nights all at once. Otherwise, we'd have to cut out matches. But yeah, we want to review WrestleMania in its entirety, completely, and review all the matches and each of the nights that it takes place, and it should be fine that we can do it. That'll be our next review, and then after WrestleMania, I'm not really sure what we'll do. I guess
I believe it's WrestleMania Backlash. I believe it's WrestleMania and then WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. It's not WrestleMania Backlash. They took it off. WrestleMania. It's no longer WrestleMania Backlash. It's Backlash.
It's just
Thank
Backlash.
God Triple H made the right decision.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's positive.
Thank
God
you.
is Backlash. Holy shit. Fucking Christ.
What was that about WrestleMania Backlash?
I have no clue. I have no clue. I got no clue. But yeah, WrestleMania, Backlash, and then in May will be
King and
probably
Queen
double,
of the Ring.
will be double or nothing. King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring in
Saudi.
Jeddah. Yep. And then Double or Nothing in May,
yeah,
for sure.
Double or Nothing. We will review that. And yeah, I guess that's the schedule. And maybe if any big New Japan, by the way, a match that I do want to see down the line.
Oh.
They were gonna have it at Forbidden Door. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson. I need to see that match. If that match happens,
where would it happen though? It can't happen at We're watching.
If that happens, we will review that match. I need to see that match. Oh my gosh. That's a certified banger right there on
It's gotta
name
be at
value
Forbidden
alone.
Door.
Yeah,
Gotta be at Forbidden Door too.
I hope they
Gotta
do
be.
Forbidden Door this year. Maybe we can see Mercedes Moné there, and sort of her AEW debut. I wonder who she would go up against. Hopefully Thunder Rosa comes back, or Serena Deeb. She could even, yeah, yeah. There's just so
Serena
many.
Deeb.
Oh,
AEW.
where has she been? Missing
I have no
wrestler
clue.
alert. If you find this wrestler, please call 0800 rope break.
Hey, for all of you people working in AEW, I'm gonna tell you this one time. Stay out of catering. Because you ain't gonna be there for long. Stay out of catering.
Yeah. If you
All right,
go
everybody.
in,
We'll see
you'll
y'all
never
for
come
WrestleMania.
back.
We'll see y'all for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Mysteries of Life is in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mysteries of Life come out on the same day. Well, it's on a Friday, April 7th, 2023.
Yeah,
that comes out.
that's the
Look out for
same-
Certified Bangers.
Yeah, certified bangers. This is the women's special that's going to be on this Sunday. So look out for that. I'm excited to do that and to once again shine the light on the women within music. And by the way, happy belated Women's Day on Tuesday. And yeah, look out for certified bangers and mysteries of life on the 7th of April. And yeah, check out any other episodes of Rope Break. Check out the roundups. I will upload this next roundup. I think roundup number 7 it is. It's gonna be a big roundup. Hopefully it'll be out when you hear this. But yeah, on behalf of the main host of Life's Opening Radio, the co-producer of Life's Opening Radio Certified Bangers, a guest host on this show, Life's Opening Radio Rope Break, a former co-host of Wrestling and Logic, and my good friend Joshua James Jenkins. This is Kgabo and Ben Charles signing out.